Hello everyone. Looks like we have some updates in the game. One of them is they changed the color for legendaries, which is cool. Was a little confusing, especially for someone starting the game. They look kind of similar than epics. First glance they looked weird, but now I'm kinda used to them, looking at them like 5-6 times, and they kinda look normal. Cool. They changed the shops a little bit. They moved the encrypted tokens and the tokens that allow you to pull for artifacts higher. That's very nice because I was almost forgetting to buy the one that is for artifacts every day. You can buy it once for 100 diamonds, so it's nice that it's visible and not on the bottom. Otherwise, it didn't change anything here. It had a dot on them, but maybe they just changed the color for the legendaries. I don't know. What is interesting here is they have added the Justice Gang as a chance to pull them, but not as a desired. They have added the creature commandos as desired, Weasel and the Dog of Phosphorus, that you can select. They have added them here, which originally was not working correctly for me. That they said the epics were the newest characters, but I was pulling other random characters that I had as desired. I don't know if they fixed that or not. If they have fixed that, then there is a higher chance here for the epic guarantee, that's just 1 in 60, to be one of the two Justice Gang members. Creature Commandos, they have said they will give them a small buff, so maybe they'll become a little bit stronger. That could be nice, and then they could be usable, because right now, where they are available, you can get the fragments, but having them at this size, like rank 6, and him being only possible to go to rank 6, wasn't using them. Many people that had used them at higher levels didn't find like a great use for them. I kinda like Bride. They also fit the anti-hero this season, so it's maybe an incentive for people to invest into them. They also get 50% stats that can make them work in Elite Arena, especially like Bride. I'm not sure if it just give them a small buff, and after this season they become a lot more irrelevant. Especially early game, where you don't really need to have 3 teams, unless for Elite Arena you just have one team or 2 for main stages, but after a while you need 3. I don't really see them being great. Maybe they'll disprove me and they will make them relevant. Something very interesting and weird I found is, and I don't know how I feel about that, is they changed here Sinestro with Superman DCU. Superman DCU is a great character, probably top 10. Now that he got the buff, he also does deal very nice damage, and he kinda counters Nightwing. And if you can kill Nightwing, the block team falls apart easier than if you can't. So his basic attack now deals a lot more damage to tanks. This detonates 2 times, and if you happen to have, which I don't, so I'm gonna show it in a different person here in Elite Arena. So if you go like here, probably have him. No, they removed him, right? Let me see. I'm looking for Superboy. Here is Superboy. So Superboy at rank 10, Team Synergy level 3. When burn detonates, it will lower the target's block rate by 12%. So having Superman DCU, every hit inflicts 1 chunk of burn. Detonates at 4 stacks, hits 8 times, detonates 2 times, and for once it counts the diff buff if you have them with Sinestro. so you can help reduce his cooldown for the ultimate, but it will deal a lot of damage, more damage per detonate from Superboy. Let's show him again. So 18% more damage per detonation if you have his team synergy active. Yeah, that you just need one character to do that. And will reduce the opponent's Nightwing or Blue Beetle by 24% is my understanding. So 12 and 12, their block rate. So, and because usually blocks survive for a long time, you can get to a second ultimate with Superman DCU, and then you really reduce their block chance by a lot. So this is great. Maybe you'd want to have Superman DCU at a higher rank. It kinda can make them arena viable to counter some block teams. He also can work as a tank, and because he has his passive that he gets invulnerable for one turn, and he gets like 45%, like 30%, another 15% here physical damage reduction. He can actually fare well against an opponent's Wonder Woman, like take a few hits, then spend one turn with invulnerable, then he does a big heal. So you can kind of counter a team like a block Wonder Woman Zatanna team with them potentially if you have them very big. So that's very nice. He can fit into a debuff team in main sages or in other situations. So he's flexible. He's strong at the last the third challenge with Steppenwolf for the League Challenge. He's very nice there because you need superpower damage that his ultimate does. He is survivable. He's put out dampened that then you can have like a Sinestro and or a Constantine to deal 10% more superpower damage. That's great. But you lose Sinestro. So Sinestro is replaced by him. I'm not a big fan of really about Dr. Fate and Bright. If you have them, use them, and they are nice and will definitely help you, and you can find a spot for them in 3 teams that you will eventually need to be using in main stages, maybe even in Elite Arena. Depends now they make the season. Sometimes some characters are viable in one season and some are in a different one and not in all of them. Some characters are more flexible and work everywhere. Bright is not one of them. So yeah, that's nice. If the epic here that you can pull guy and that you have a higher chance of pulling guy at terrific, that would be great. But it's just 1 per 60. Why not make it 1 per 30 that the other ones are? I don't understand that. Then you have a legendary that cannot be Sinestro. So that's weird because if people don't have Sinestro, you kinda need to pull him here. I'm not sure if I don't want to give an advice that spend all your pulls for Sinestro and then the next legendary that will come only right after Sinestro's event is finished in 1 day and 4 hours. Peacemaker. I don't know if Peacemaker will add more than Sinestro. I could say probably not. Like, as much as Superman DCU is awesome, maybe Sinestro is better. He kinda carries team offensively for main stages that can also work in Elite Arena relatively decently. He's strong in some evil falls. He's basically the only solution or a great solution, as he's for the last boss challenge. He's used in one section. I'm talking about Sinestro for the second challenge, but he's not that awesome there, is my understanding. So I don't know really if maybe if Superman DCU really becomes a staple in Arena, and to counter block we use a burn team, because block also to a big degree works because they have big block amount, and basically block amount works for physical damage and not for superpower damage. So when you have a block team, he has his team synergy here where he heals people and gives your teammates more attack when they block. This will still happen if a burn team goes into them. He will heal and give your team attack, but the reduced damage that they're taking from block amount will not happen. So they will get more damage by superpower damage, and burn our superpower damage. So this ultimate is superpower. His basic is not, but deals more damage to tanks, so kind of makes up for that. He's dealing superpower damage. With all of his abilities, there's a counter attack that can add more burns. I've seen some people using that against me in arena and they work, but I really have a very big team that I don't know how much it is them trying stuff, and they would already have won because they have many levels on me, and how much if you had your burn and your block team at the same size, it would be better to use a burn team instead of a block team in arena. I don't know how much this is the case. I kind of want to build them up. You just need Superboy basically. I believe you can get by without having the second Superman, especially because you can have these active. It's not really a recommendation to build a burn team. I'm just sharing my thoughts about the value here having Superman DCU, and I would kinda want to have Sinestro guaranteed rather than risking potentially Peacemaker not being a great character. You never know. Maybe Peacemaker is a lot better than Sinestro. Kind of my thinking is it can be both, right? You can pull Sinestro, and then you have still a chance of also unlocking Peacemaker afterwards, because you can buy like many of the super tokens and gain some during his event. They kind of want to pressure you to spend money. I get that. And now that Sinestro is not here anymore, it might be a mistake, but probably not. I don't know where you will get him. Maybe they'll run an event like they did with Blue Beetle in a month. They will run something like this. I don't know. I don't know if they will make him available somewhere else. They haven't wrote something here that says that. So yes, Sinestro is more available because he can be in the arena shop. I think it's 50% of the time he's there, 50% is Lex, but maybe they made something weird like 60-40, probably not, but I haven't seen somewhere it being written that it's 50-50. So you could have his fragments a little bit cheaper than buying the 8th metal with like 2/3 of the or 3/4 of the price. Yeah. So there is a little bit more availability to ranking him up. They kinda reduce that actually by you not being able to get a duplicate from the league recruitment. Since I can buy his fragments, some of them here, and more 8th metal if I wanted to. And I'm buying at least the battle passes, so we'll be getting 58th metal. Otherwise you get 10. You get another 40 by buying them. I'm not spending the rest of my super cryptic tokens here on Sinestro. I'd rather have a guaranteed unlock for Peacemaker and slowly rank up Sinestro. He's kinda bad where I'm playing at only 3 red in Elite Arena, and I can only use him in the 3rd team, and in some situations my 2nd team in main stages that I'm very progressed though. But if I have like a Sinestro that I get from the mercenaries. I can get like a Sinestro at this size, or it's the one I'm usually getting. This one here. That's a very strong character that can carry the rest of my debuff team on the first main stage. That's a lot bigger, the opponents. So he has value in the game that I don't know how much like Peacemaker will have. I even don't know like if you would be better off having Superman DCU instead of Sinestro. Probably not. Superman DCU cannot really carry a team in main stages. That's my experience so far. I don't know if you can do something weird with Burn and have Superboy doing a lot of damage. Haven't tested that, or a hybrid of like Burn and Justice Gang with Mr. Terrific Team Synergy active, or Burn Team Synergy active but still having Mr. Terrific helping there. I'm not really sure. Maybe as a third team. Haven't really tested Superboy, but I would probably, if you're asking me, I would try to guarantee having a Sinestro unlock because he's super important in the third league challenge, carrying a team in main stages. I'm using him in Elite Arena in my third team, and at least this team, since I brought Sinestro in, can win like a 10-15% of the time. Before that it was like 2% of the time. So Sinestro kinda makes them work. But I'm not doing that for a duplicate. I'm saving those, and I will be buying from the arena shop. Also, I'm close. Like, I have 20 fragments. There's at 75 to 100, and I have bought the security plan. So in a few days, I'm gonna get another 25, and I will be able to bring him at least to rank 9 out of 10. You don't really care too much to bring characters from 10 to 11, and from there it's a lot less valuable. Hope this has been helpful. It's not too much of a recommendation, rather I'm sharing my thoughts that maybe it's smart for you to pull Sinestro. Or maybe you gamble it and say, okay, maybe they will add him somewhere to be more available, either like in a month from now with something like a character fusion, or I don't know what they can do with Sinestro, because it's kind of a step backwards. They added him here, more fragments, and they had him in here so you can pull him, and they even brought this, but they removed him from here, so you panic and last day pull him there at his banner, and then you don't have enough for Peacemaker, and you buy a more of those tokens to be able to pull for Peacemaker. I think that's basically the plan. I don't know. At the same time, even though they want to trick you, might be smart to unlock Sinestro. I don't want to make people panic and spend their money for that, but you kinda have to take some things into account. And I know for me, unlocking Sinestro allowed me immediately to do 50k higher at the last challenge, and ranking him up to rank 8 even a little bit better. He definitely solidified my third team in main stages, so I could push higher. Definitely allowed me to do Evil Falls. I brought him to 32 from like 24, I think, or 25, primarily by having Sinestro. I'm winning like 10% more in Elite Arena that I was winning because of him. Um, yeah,